Where is it? 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 Whoa! Someone found it. All right, bring it up here. Here you go. You got the gelt. All right. We always give a little gelt to something. We got to come. She's coming. No. Huh?
One more gelt.
All right, one more gelt.
For the winner, she found it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to put more gelt on you, but this one's a little bit bigger than yours.
Oh, okay. Oh. Whoa, God. You need to Wow. Good job. Now let me explain what that's all about, because it's an amazing thing that has taken place. Remember, we had the napkin with the 3 compartments in it, and we took out the middle matzah that was in this compartment. We wrapped it in this white linen, and we hid it, and now it's coming back at the end of this time. And the Jewish people have, this is a ceremony they did, but they didn't realize really what it was. Some thought this is a symbol of the priests, the Levites, and the Israelites. Others thought the 3 compartments stood for Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But if we really look at the real meaning of what took place here, and they do this for thousands of years, this middle piece of matzah is called the afikomen. And it's originally thought of, it's Greek. And you think, why do they have a Greek word in the midst of a Jewish ceremony like this? But the actual meaning was the dessert. Because we're going to partake in this. Normally each table would have one of these. And we're going to partake in the last part of this. And but when they looked at further and further into the Greek of what this really meant, they went into the Greek lexicon and they found out that the actual meaning of afikomen was I have come, or I have come. And when you think about it, let's suppose that these 3 compartments represent the Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And the middle matzah, called the afikomen, or I have come, represented the Son. Now if you think about it, the matzah was broken. It was wrapped in white linen, as Jesus' body was. It was buried. And now it comes forth at the end of the meal here, like this is the last thing we need as a representation in the Jewish Seder, as a memory of the Passover lamb, which really this represents him. And it's the last thing eaten at the table, thinking that if we have this, this is going to sustain us from here on in. So this was at the time when Jesus was sitting at the table and he took that middle matzah and he broke it. And in Matthew 26, he said, and while they were eating, Jesus took some bread, and after blessing it, he broke it, and he gave it to his disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. And when you think about what that really was when he talked about that this was his body, when you look at a piece of matzah, how much like his body it was, the stripes that come down, that's how they are formed. By his stripes we are healed. It has little hole marks. He was pierced for us. It's pure without leaven, so it's sinless. So when he was really saying that prayer, unless you're Jewish, you wouldn't know what Jesus said when he said he blessed the bread. What did he say? Well, there's a prayer that he would have said that's thousands of years old over this bread. And I'm going to share with you the prayer that Jesus said when he gave out those pieces, what we call communion now, or the Lord's Supper. But this is what Jesus would have said as a Jewish man saying a Jewish prayer. It's Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz, which means, blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who brings forth this bread from the earth. So when Jesus handed this out to his disciples, he was really prophesying that he was going to die and he was going to be resurrected at that time. Now his disciples didn't really get that, but that's what he was doing when he shared that bread with them. When he said, take this bread, this is my body that I've given for you. He was actually prophesying his resurrection. Now, when we went to the cup of wine, and when Jesus